In the last lecture, you learned the 7th way to increase your Twitter followers, and that was to join a trending conversation or drop in on potential customer conversations. And I gave you a great example of how to do that. Now in this lecture, we're looking at the 8th way that you can increase your Twitter followers, and that's to really ask questions. Twitter is a great place for getting opinions. Asking a question engages your Twitter followers and solicits their experience. So I gave similar advice when I was talking about Facebook marketing, and even I'll show you the post that I made on my Facebook, and I think this really relates to this point here. Now the first point is don't just dump a link. I like this phrase, and I think it's going to be easy for you to remember. You really want to ask a question instead. For example, do you think banner ads are dead? Followed by a link to your site is much more appealing than just posting to Twitter, banner ads are not dead. So you want to engage people, ask for their opinion. And on Facebook here, I've said it here, I didn't just dump the link in. I said, have you completed all 26 points in this SEO checklist? Also here, would you like to get your first 1,000 without Facebook ads? I think it's a great way to really post content to engage people, to ask a question first. Now, the second way that you can ask questions and get a lot of responses is give an incentive to get an answer. This is great advice here, and it's included on the list, so I'm going to open it up. But really what this person said is, I get a ton of replies to my Twitter question if I say that I'll post their answers on my blog. So again, this is giving people an incentive to really answer by saying that you will help promote them on your blog. You're going to expose them to your audience if they give you an answer. So I picked this tip up from this big list that I found online. If we scroll down here, all of these tips are just related to how to ask effective questions on Twitter, and this is the one that I picked up. This is probably the best tip that I picked up from this list, but there are other tips here. You can repeat it several times throughout the day. Specifically, if you're not mentioning people, you could ask questions that mention specific people, but repeat it throughout the day so people don't miss it in their real-time newsfeed. And you can also make sure the answer can be done in a single tweet as well. So having quite a specific question that people can answer in 140 characters. Now there's a bunch of other tips here that you can really look at, but for me, that was the most powerful out of all of them, and I wanted to link it up so you could check it out further if you want. Say to people in your tweet, you can just say your question, and then you can say, I'll post answers on the blog. That's all you need to say in the tweet as well. I'll post answers on my blog, and people understand that you can take their tweets and embed them directly if you want. So let me just show you in Twitter what you can actually do is say, for example, take a tweet and you can embed the tweet. You can take the code, you could put that directly into a blog post if you wanted to. You could use a number of the testimonials you've built up on Twitter to create a big list of testimonials as well. They're just as valid as having a testimonial written in an email, etc. So you can take and embed these tweets and put them in blog posts, put the answers in blog posts, or use them as testimonials, etc. So questions are a fantastic way to engage your audience, and you can do it if you have a link by asking a question at the start or giving people an incentive. Essentially, you're crowdsourcing content. You're rewarding those people who contribute by giving exposure on your blog, and it's making it easier for you to get a lot of opinions from a lot of people very, very easily. So that is the 8th way that you can increase your Twitter followers. In the next lecture, it's going to be quite a short one, but how you can really bring Twitter into the physical world and grow your users that way.